Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Let's get you updated on all the action that occurred over the weekend. Hope everybody had a great holiday days off and whatnot. And hopefully you're off through the first of the year because we got more stakes racing coming up this weekend. I got a special bonus preview, the Eddie Logan Stakes for 2-year-olds on the turf at Santa Anita Saturday. So stick around for that. First, we're going to cover the Gun Runner Stakes and look back at that, do a little analysis and nitpick a little bit. But hey, check out my 24 Derby Trail playlist. It is growing by the day, by the week. Make sure you're up to date on all the new profiles on the latest contenders and everything. So you have to set your notification bell for that one. Also, make sure you're subbed to the channel. And my new word or anagram of the day is ABSTL. Always be smashing that like. So anyway, if you do have any thoughts or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll hit you back. And let's get started. Well, the Gun Runner Stakes was probably an eye-opening race for a lot of people that didn't see Track Phantom breaking his maiden a month or so ago at Churchill Downs, because I watched it and I previewed it on my video, and he was every bit as impressive as Nash was in his first debuts. So I thought he was probably going to have a good advantage breaking from the outside. He broke right along the number one Next Level. Those two contenders dueled to the lead and got a bit of separation through the opening quarter and half mile on the next flight of horses. But the reason it was pretty reasonably fast opening half mile, sub 47 seconds. Track Phantom dismissed Next Level and awaited the challenge from the heavy favorite Nash. Risk It once again proved less than cooperative. Jockey Joel Rosario this time around, jerking his head in protest as soon as Nash got close to him early along. And then, despite being hustled up toward the leaders, he faded when called upon to engage in the stretch. Seems like he might have a case of little horse syndrome. I don't know. He looks uneasy when he gets around bigger horses. Maybe that's what it is, because he looks smaller to me when he's out there running. So I don't know if that's a thing or not. It's just kind of the eyeball test. Anyway, we enter the final stretch of the race. Competition narrowed down to 3 contenders. Nash was on a come up with Track Phantom, and also closing late was 9-1 Snead under jockey Jareth Loveberry. So the only other horse that made a respectable showing in that race, I thought, was Footprint. But like I said, coming down the stretch, Track Phantom was set down, held sway, and fended off both Nash and that strong effort by Snead I mentioned. So the other horse that did make a respectable showing, like I said, was Footprint. He stumbled out of the gate, which is never a good thing to start a race with. Then he was able to kind of close from dead last to claim the 4th position by a distance. But clearly, Track Phantom stock rising. Snead gets a bump as well, obviously. I don't think Nash's stock is hurt. I think it's still solid. I think he still ran his race. He just was out kicked late. So I think Nash is still going to be good, and I look forward to his next outing. Now, Risk It, I'm selling. I don't foresee any of the other also rans in this race making it much farther down the Derby Trail either. So, enough of that. The bonus this Saturday, Eddie Logan Stakes at Santa Anita, is intriguing to me because I believe one or more of these entries are going to attempt to make the switch over to dirt after the first of the year to test their Derby Trail prospects. So this one will cover 1 mile on the turf for 100K. Recently, we held at Del Mar the Cecil B. DeMille Stakes on the turf, and several of the horses are in there. So I'm just going to show that race as part of to lump them all together, kind of, so to speak. Charge for Gold was the number is our number one horse in this race. He set the pace throughout, but was unable to hold the line versus the closers in the Cecil B. DeMille. But that's pretty good, getting out in front and being able to hold on as long as he did. Got an 88 Equibase speed figure. That's what I'll refer to on most of these, Equibase. So Lord Bullingdon, number 2, is trained by Mike McCarthy. That one I kind of like. Lord Bullingdon got an 89. He had an impressive maiden win on Breeders' Cup Day in the Qatar Golden Mile. Then came back in the Cecil B. DeMille, but lacked some running room late and lost some position because he had to alter course, and that cost placement. Number 4, Invincible, is trained by Doug O'Neill. Didn't get a very good run in that Cecil B. DeMille. Dueled early with Charge for Gold, but he faded in the stretch as well. Only a 76 speed rating in that, so that's not going to get it done. Number 7 was Miracle Mark. He got a 92, finishing third in that Cecil B. DeMille, representing trainer Philip D'Amato quite well. Now, the winner was Stay Hot. It's the number 9 horse in this race. Utilized a late kick down the stretch. I love to see. Prevails by a neck over Rothschild, who is another possible turf to dirt Derby prospect. Nice bounce back from the second to last place finish for Stay Hot in the BC Juvenile Turf, where I believe he was likely outclassed by a significant margin in that one. But anyway, back up to number 3 is Practically Broke, trained by Mark Glatt. Won his first maiden test at 5 furlongs, going wire to wire, holding off the 6-5 favorite. EJ Won the Cup. I think Glatt's pretty underrated as a trainer, so I'll be looking forward to seeing what his horse does here, especially when it comes to the turf. He's pretty good there as well. Number 5, Twirling Point, jumping up majorly in class after a second place finish at Turfway and a 50K claimer. I'm not really thinking too much on his prospects. But now, sired by American Pharoah, number 6, Final Boss, is trained by John Sadler, who's 21% winners when it comes to 2-year-olds on the turf. His maiden win was at 6.5 furlongs, and he just held on, so I'm not sure how he'll do at a 2-turn mile. He's been worked 7 times leading up to it, so his fitness ought to be better. 7 times since November 2nd race, right? So, number 8, American Hope, trained by Philip D'Amato, also sired by American Pharoah. His maiden breaker at Del Mar was a mile, and he held quite well in that one. So I will be looking for that. That was a competitive race. There were 4 horses at odds of 7-2 or better. So anyway, I'm not really sure what to make of this race. It is on the turf, but I do like Lord Bullingdon to improve from his effort in Cecil B. DeMille and be in a better position to win in the stretch drive. I think the 2 stakes races under his belt put him in just a slightly higher class bracket. Final Boss for John Sadler has Frankie Dettori aboard. And then you have American Hope, Philip D'Amato, Flavian Pratt aboard. Those 2 are highly formidable jockey trainer combos. They also have that American Pharoah in the pedigree. So those are all some interesting horses. I might have more later on in the week as articles will be coming out on BillyHoSports.com. Don't forget to check that out as well. So lots more content coming down the road to the Kentucky Derby. Till next time, see you soon, and thanks for watching.